Slenderman. Happy Hero Brian. While some of you might have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about, for the majority of you, I just tickled a little part of your brain. Creepypastas. Horror stories written on the internet by random people. It was sort of like telling scary stories around a digital campfire, you know? Some of these are etched forever into the legacy of the internet, and some of them have thankfully been long forgotten. Real quick, before we get into the video for real, I just want to give a big thank you to you guys. I asked my followers on Instagram for suggestions of creepypastas and ghost stories they heard when they were little, so big thanks to you. Let's just get into it. Wow, Slenderman. Alright, let's get this one out of the way as a little appetizer. So, I've previously mentioned that I used to be fucking horrified of Slender, like to the point where thinking about him genuinely made me nauseous. But reading it now, I don't get it. So what's fucked is that I genuinely really wanted to like this one again. I really did, but I can't. This is a case of something where its fan content is like 10 million times better than the original. It's like a 5-minute read, but it's probably written like a Your Name fanfic, and it's probably a documentation. It's kind of weird. Okay, let's listen to this little introductory blurb they give you on creepypasta.com. He loomed in the distance, like the shadow of some horrible dark truth, and you instantly knew that you had to look away, that if you didn't tear your eyes from that blank, featureless face, then soon the blank would wash over you, become you, and you would walk slowly but surely, as if pulled by some magnetic force toward him though you feared him, though you were scared of his unnatural height, the aching blank whiteness of his face, the arms that seemed to stretch towards you and the slithering tentacles behind. A few notes. One, that was one sentence. There was only commas. Two, I just can't read this with a straight face. I don't know how I was scared of shit like this. Three, why lead with this? Why potentially turn off your audience? One, again, do you take pointers, my guy? This is a period. Don't be afraid of him. He's just a nice little guy. Look at him. I think the fact that I consistently almost shit myself from ages 9 to 13 at the mere sight of the lack of his face built up so much immeasurable hype in my brain that no matter how good the story would be, I would have been let down. Regardless, let's quickly go over the pasta. There's a recap of the blurb they give you. You, yes, you, are like 6? Anyway, it's nighttime at the park and you see a really tall dude, and looking at him makes you sick. Then he uses his long-ass tentacles to grab you and throw you in the quantum white bin. Here's the original story. Well, this is the earliest one I could find, but that's besides the point. The girl, no, that's lame. Main character, Sean, no, saying you is more fun. You wake up and it's midnight. You walk down to your, why are you fucking mowing the lawn? It's 1:20 in the morning. It pisses me off. I wish I was joking. That was a lawnmower noise. Unless that wasn't a car. That had to have been a lawnmower. Whatever. You wake up and it's midnight. You walk down to your kitchen and you decide to make yourself a cup of coffee. Walking back up to your room, you decide to check your peephole and see Slenderman spawning. You drop your coffee while running away, slip and bust your ass, knocking yourself out. The next morning, you get a call that your sister's in the hospital with bandages on her face and shit, and while you visit her in the hospital, you see Slenderman standing outside the 3rd-story window of the hospital. I do not understand how this bland-ass story created a million billion better offshoots. Remember when this was supposed to be the warm-up? Now it's been like 3 minutes. Fuck. Okay, let's move on to... Do you not have friends? Are you okay with summoning a demon to play hide and seek? Boy, do I have a ghost story for you. I am not going to be able to pronounce that right, so I'm just going to put it back on screen. Is a single player hide and seek. Here's a guide, but also don't do this shit. You need a few things. First, you need to have a stuffed animal that has to have both arms and legs, and you give it a name, right? Fill it with rice and some of your fingernails and seal it with some red thread. You fill the bath, say Bloody Mary 3 times, and toss it in there. Then you gotta go through your house and turn off all the lights, walk back in the bathroom and say, I found, insert the name, and stab it with a knife. Then you go, insert the name again. Is it, and you hide till morning. You are now playing FNAF 4 in real life. If you get caught, it kinda differs depending on who you ask. Most people say you get possessed or fucking murdered. Don't get caught, Chocolate Nuts, and thank you so much for the suggestion, Coulter. So, maybe I missed this part when I was in my creepypasta phase, but Jeff the Killer has a whole ass rivalry with Slender? That's besides the point. This one spread like wildfire, which really sucks. There's so many Dogwater spin-offs. I don't think the source material is that good though. Real quick, I was gonna do this section like the previous two, but I found this trailer, I wanna call it. And it's funny as shit, and it sort of just represents the Jeff the Killer fanbase as a whole, so we're just going to use that as background footage instead. I'm sure you'll get the point. So once upon a time, there's this boy named Jeff and his brother Lou, and they moved to a new town. Later, at a birthday party, the tough customer spilled bleach all over Jeff and then set him on fire, and then sent him to the hospital. They realized that his skin was bleached white and his fucking eyelids burnt off. So that night, he goes home and cuts a smile into his face and murders his family. Now, you might have some questions, but here, let me try to answer some. Why did he do it? Because he's Jeff the Killer, of course. Why did the hospital let him go home the same day he received severe chemical and regular burns? Don't think about it. No, but seriously, why is he crazy? Stop asking questions. This is an edgy OC given internet fame, and I don't know how it spread this far. Real quick, since it's the best spinoff, let's cover Tiki Toby. This also has ties to Slenderman, which is that weird MCU shit I was talking about, but anyway, Toby is depressed. Aww. His sister died. Aww. He set his neighborhood on fire. So he gets surrounded by the fire, and Slenderman pops up and saves him for some reason. Whatever. Back to Jeff the Killer. For no reason, in the canon of his verse, everyone just goes crazy at the drop of his dime. Like, the Toby one I get because he had mental issues for supposed years, right? But Jeff snapped. In the Jane the Killer spinoff, like the most popular one because there's like 4 or 5 of them, obsessive fangirl of Jeff that just snapped. Homicidal Lou story also snapped. It kills me because I know the barrier for entry to writing these is literally non-existent. I could write a Jeff story. Here, I'll do it right now. I was sitting in my dorm writing my script. I saw Slenderman playing hopscotch outside my window. I went crazy and stabbed 47 people. It pissed me off because the story I crapped out is better than half of these. What's your Jeff Sona? You know what? Maybe I shouldn't ask that. Thanks for the suggestion, you two. Here's a palate cleanser. Fun story. Good read. This is too fucking long. I didn't mean to quote your mama, my bad. Now, as much as I would love to recap this entire thing, it's like 25,000 words, and maybe I have the attention span of a 6-year-old, but fucking hell, 25,000? Because I can't recap that much in a short time frame, let me give you guys a quick teaser. There's this cave that these 2 dudes found. That's basically it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I know that that's basically no information to go off of, but this story is actually so good. Please fucking read it. If you guys aren't hooked yet, let me give you this little teaser. It was loud. I could hear it over the noise of the drill, even though I had the earplugs in. At first, I thought it was just a drill bit doing its job on the cave. It would frequently complain by screeching and whining as we forced it into the wall. But this was different. It took me several full seconds to comprehend that this was coming from inside the hole, and not the bit. I stopped drilling and yanked my earplugs out just in time to hear the most terrible scream I've ever heard trail off and echo into the darkness of the cavern. An actually excellent suggestion, RL. Thank you so much. If I ever decide to make a video on found media horror in general, this will definitely be talked about at least briefly. So this one counts as a creepypasta because it was written to be scary on the internet in the early days of the web. This one's quick. Let's just do it real fast. If you play Super Mario Galaxy 2, in certain spots on the map, you can see these little motherfuckers staring ominously at you in the background. Sort of creepy, I guess? I don't know, man. I just can't find pixel scary, you know? Thanks for the suggestion, Scotch. So Lavender Town Syndrome is probably my favorite type of creepypasta, one with, you know, real world effects, to the point where I still don't like playing the music. So I'm not going to, at least not for the whole time I'm talking about this. Here's like 5 seconds of the Lavender Town theme. Apparently, back in '96 when Pokemon Red and Green came out in Japan, the music in the town would just demolish the kids to listen to it, and it's fucking documented? Or so I thought. There's actually no link between the song coming out and the spike in illnesses and suicides in young children. I think it comes down to a case of mass hysteria and a little bit of a placebo effect, but I'm still not going to listen to the song in my free time. Thanks for the suggestion, Jack. Oh, fuck you. I'm not putting that picture in a video. Thanks for the suggestion, though. Our final creepypasta of the day is Sonic.exe, possibly the 3rd worst creepypasta. I think this is another edgy OC gone viral. What? Come on, why are we doing this, guys? Do you like edgy murder, Sonic? I don't. Whatever, let's do this one quickly. Tom is a Sonic fan.
You freaking bricks!
And he gets a Sonic disc from his friend. When he goes home to play it, he notices there's some fuck shit going on with the disc. Sonic is crying blood, the music is messed up, stuff like that. Not being one to shy away from a good time, he plays the game, except he has to play as random characters that Sonic just kinda kills. While he's playing the game, he starts having nightmares about the characters and finds a bloody Sonic plush on his bed. How did anyone find this scary? How did I find this scary at some point? Can I purge the oddly sexualized fan art from my memory? The world may never know. That's gonna be the end of this video, guys. I don't know why I wanted to talk about this stuff, but I just couldn't resist. I want to give another big thank you to the people who submitted stories. You're all lovely. I really do not want to understate how incredible each and every one of you guys are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This video would not be possible without you. Follow me on Instagram in case I do stuff like this again. I kind of do it pretty often. I ask for review ideas and things like that. If you have any review ideas, leave them in the comments below. Why not? Thank you guys for watching the video. Please make sure you like and share the video. Comment those suggestions, even though I just said that I'm going to remind you at least 2 more times. Comment your suggestions. Comment your suggestions. If you want more content from me before next month, check out the gaming channel. I'll link it. You know the deal. But that's about it. I love you. You guys are my homies, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.